Hey guys, this is Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. So if you're new here, thank you for stopping by. If you're an oldie but a goodie, welcome again. And my name is Ashley. I have a doctorate in pharmacy and I love makeup. And that's how you get Dr. Ash and her makeup. So today we are trying out Mented Cosmetics. I have never tried this brand out. Shame on me. This is a black-owned beauty brand, and you know we love a good black-owned beauty brand over here. So I am trying out a few products. I am trying out their everyday eyeshadow palette, which is right here. We are also trying out a new bronzer that is new to their line. They have 4 different bronzers. So here's the bronzer, and I'll show all the products up close. And then I have a blush, and I have a lipstick. So a little bit about Mented Cosmetics. They are a female-owned brand and they are a black-owned brand, as I just said before. And they started their brand basically on the premise that they wanted everybody, any shade that you are, to be able to find a new lipstick that suits you. So if you kind of look back, that's kind of what most of the premise of most black beauty brands are, because you know, in the makeup community we have really been neglected for so long. So they wanted to basically any shade of brown woman, any woman, no matter what color you are, to basically be able to find a perfect nude lipstick. And then they went ahead and started doing brand extensions where they had the bronzers and the blushes and eyeshadow palettes, and they're marketing that it is pigmented. So I will kind of put it on the screen, but I thought that that was so cute. So their name Mented comes from the word pigmented. So I am really excited to try this brand out. Like I said, I have a couple of products here. I didn't buy everything. They do have brow products, they have foundation, but I brought basically the key products that are staple to me in my collection right now. I find that the brand is moderately priced and that you have bronzers and blushes from about $20 something. You have some of the lipsticks about $15, which I don't think is a bad price point. And I would say that the customer service so far has been good. They do send you a lot of advertisements and letting you know that, you know, kind of that, hey, this is going on through the text message. They have that particular service going on. And I found that the shipping time on the company's end was not bad. They basically fulfilled my order very quickly. Now, you know, it's a lot going on with United States Parcel Service. I feel like I say that in every video that I've recorded recently. My package was held up once it got to Chicago, sat at the Chicago hub for over 15 days. So, frustration on that, but everything was wrapped well, packaged well, and so far I am digging the brand. So let me pull you in closer. We're going to go ahead and do this face. I have my brows on, and we're going to go ahead and start off with the everyday eyeshadow palette, which looks just like this. And I'm going to go ahead and swatch it for you, and we're just going to beat our face and let's see what look we can come up. All right, so I brought you in closer so we can take a look at the eyeshadow palette, because you know I'm definitely interested in this. And this is what's called the Everyday Eyeshadow Palette. It is a 9-pan palette, and this actually retails for $28. And I do want to mention that their products are vegan and cruelty-free. And once you open this eyeshadow palette, it is good for 18 months, and it is 16.3 grams a product, or 0.57 ounces. And this is distributed by Mented Cosmetics out of New York, and this is made in the United States of America. I find that the packaging is very sleek, it's compact, and it kind of has a rubberized feel on top of this plastic packaging, which makes it very quality, and it makes it very sleek and just woo, look at it in your collection. And I like that it has a nice big mirror, and they said that the premises of this was just to make sure that it looked great on the go and that it was travel friendly. So let's go ahead and jump in with some swatches. So starting with the top row, you can see my lovely tan lines from my Apple Watch. I've been working out on the lakefront, trying to, you know, be fit, get healthier. So this is the first shade, and these shades have no names. The first row. Just by swatching them, I'm noticing that the mattes feel really creamy and kind of buttery, and then that the shimmers also feel they feel nice and creamy as well, but they are not high pigmented shimmers. This is a shimmer that's kind of blending in with my thing. I want to say pigmented, but they're not high shine or foiled shimmer shades. That's what I meant to say. And these are the last, and this is the last row. This shade I'm really excited for. That's a nice deep brown, reddish brown. And so here are the 9 shades in the Everyday Eyeshadow palette. So let's go ahead and start with the eye look. All right, so my eyelids are primed. I'm using my Too Faced Born This Way concealer that I usually use in the shade Butterscotch. And then, of course, when I tell you when I do my videos, I usually prime my eyes using the Vacay Primer Potion in the shade Caffeine, but I find that this is easier for demos when I'm changing looks so quickly. Going in with a Rephr P07F blending brush, and we're going to start with the first shade. So it doesn't have any names like I mentioned before, but we're going to go ahead and pick up this shade right here. Yeah, we're going to start there. Now this doesn't have a lot of shimmers in it. It's only really like 2 shimmers, these 2 right here, and then this one has a little bit of shimmer to it too, but most of these are all mattes. And then this one is a matte with a little bit of glitter in it, if you can see it oh so slightly. So let's go ahead. These are very pretty brown shades, and I'm just gonna go ahead and start buffing this in the transition. So far I found that this is really smooth and it's a nice wash of color. There is a little bit of kick up in the palette, but it's not too bad. And I find that this is a nice transition. I'm gonna go ahead and build up that transition area just a little bit more. You guys know I love to build up some stuff, but that's just my personal preference. And I'm gonna kind of bring it all the way into that inner corner. So I'm gonna go in with that same brush, and now I'm gonna take this more mustardy shade and I'm going to run it in the crease. Ooh, that is a really pretty shade, and I'm just blending that back and forth. You can see it's mustardy, and it does give you more pigment than the previous shade. But I do find it's still a little bit on the light side considering that it is mustard. But I also think that this would make a beautiful lid shade, and I'm just blending that back and forth. Now with my Sonia G, this is the classic crease, I'm going to go ahead and go in with the middle shade right here, which is a little bit deeper on the camera. It's not quite looking deeper, but it is pretty chocolatey brown. And I'm going to go ahead and put this in the crease. And I'm just tapping off the excess because a lot does come up when you kind of dip into the palette. And I'm just going to start this in the crease, and I'm going to kind of start tapping right here because, as I always talk about, I have a lot of little extra skin right there, and I'm just gonna start building it up, and I'm kind of going up this way versus over that way. So I'm just building that gradient up. And so far, I like how the shade is blending out. It gives nice pigment, it's giving nice definition to my eye, as you can see. And even though this shade has glitter in it, I don't find that it's traveling too far everywhere. And I mean, you can't really see it, to be honest. So I see a little specks of glitter here and there in the eye look, but nothing that where it's like, oh, this is annoying. Now with the Rephr 01 brush, I'm going to go ahead with this red clay shade, and I'm going to pick that up and I'm going to tap that into this part with the mobile eyelid that where we kind of did not put anything in that outer V and have it meet with the crease. And I'm just going to tap that and ever so slightly blend it out. And I'm keeping most of the emphasis in the crease, so I don't think at the moment that I'm going to deepen it up, but you know. I've always gone back and tweaked the look if I needed to. Going in, Sonia G Builder Pro. So we can use up most of the shades in this palette. I'm going to go in this shade right here and then the lighter shimmer. And I'm just going to pack, this is more like a satin shade. I'm just going to pack it right there on that eyelid. Now going in with the top shade, same brush. I'm just going to pop that right here, and I'm going to leave this very corner open. And that is pretty. It's more subdued. It's not high shine, but it does build up nice. I have a little bit of my Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. I'm just going to pick up a little bit more shadow and I'm going to spritz the brush. Let's see how this shade reacts once you wet it. Maybe if I wet the brush and not just spray it in the air. Okay, all right, so we get a little bit more pop. Cool, wonderful. Okay, so this is something you can definitely wet. And what happens is sometimes when you wet it and you go back in, so you lay down your dry, you wet it, build it up, and then you go back in with a little bit more dry shadow, it really makes that shadow pop. Yep, and that did. It brought out the nice pigments in that shadow. Flat Definer Brush by Sonia G, going in with this top kind of like, it's kind of like a smaller, it's not quite matte, but it's not a shimmer. I'm just gonna go ahead and pop that in the inner corner. That look is pretty. All right, so I'm gonna finish this eye up and I'm gonna come back with some lashes and liner and do my base makeup, and then we'll move on to the cheek product. All right, I am back. Here's the eye look. I must admit, I'm feeling it, especially with the lashes. It just brought it all together. In the liner, I am using my Pat McGrath felt pen liner. I don't actually know the exact name of it, but I'll put it down below. And then I will leave the rest of my makeup details down below, but I do want to mention that I am still loving this Velour Lash Go with the hybrid liner slash adhesive. I actually like to do my eyeliner, use my own eyeliner product, but I love this for applying lashes. So simple, so easy, no muss, no fuss. I do have a video on that, so check that out. And the rest of the face details I will leave down below. Now, I picked up some of the bronzers. I picked up one bronzer. So this is what the packaging looks like before we open it, because let me tell you, I can't open anything. Like, this package is about to be demolished. Look, just look at it. I can't, literally. So if you ever look at Kelsey Brianna J's video when she is showing products, like her old school products, she saves her packaging. I don't know how she does that, because A, I can't open nothing. So all my packaging is gonna look crazy, except for the Pat McGrath packaging, because it has the little, you know, envelope style packaging. But okay, whew. Here is the bronzer, and I have the shade Vacay, which is the second shade. They came out with 4 shades, and this is what the bronzer looks like. So let's see, like that, so it's not so washed out. And let's see, they have a nice mirror right here, and I really like the compact. It's very sleek, it's very cute, not very thick at all. Once you turn on the back, it has the name of the bronzer and the how much grams of product. We have 10 grams of product, and it says Mented Cosmetics across the back. The Sunkissed bronzers start for $22, or they're priced at $22. And it also is supposed to, I want to say, has some vitamin E in it for, you know, skin enhancements. So I'm gonna just take the little plastic wrapper out, and then I'm going in with a Refer P22 brush. This is one of the prototype brushes, but if you want to see it when it's more fluffed out, I have a second one right here. This is their bronzer brush, and we're just gonna go to town. So they came out with 4 shades. Like I said, I picked up this one because I felt like maybe the other couple shades would have been a little bit too deep for me. And this is what it looks like on the brush. And I'm just gonna pick up a healthy amount and not pick up too much. It feels very silky. This is what it looks like on my finger. And we'll apply a little patch right here. Ooh, I hope I got the right shade. Let me see what it is, because on my hand it's doing nothing. So we're just gonna go right here. Okay, I see a little something. Okay, I am getting some bronzing action. I can see it better in the monitor versus I can see it in my own mirror. So far it feels really silky. It doesn't look patchy. It actually looks like it's kind of like my natural skin complexion coming through. I can see it right here. So this might be a good color for me. It's not too deep, but it's just right. It's really, really pretty. Let's You can go ahead and do the other side. So it's a very natural, healthy glow bronzer. Oh yeah. Hook it up. Go a little bit across the nose there. And hit the forehead. My complexion can get pretty golden and pretty red at the same time when I've been in the sun a lot. Like, let me tell y'all, my tan lines on my chest is I literally have the tan lines of my racer back. It's like scoop neck, literally like choop, choop, scoop. Like you could tell like I had on a t-shirt. So, okay, so this bronzer gives a nice glow. You can see it here. So I do like that it looks. I feel like it could be maybe a tiny bit deeper, but maybe not, because it would look a little bit too dark on my skin complexion. What do you guys think? It's so hard because, you know, it's an online only, so it's so hard to just kind of guess the color. But I did feel that if I went in with the next shade up, it would have been too deep. But the bronzer lash shade is really deep for our deep skin sisters. So I do feel like that does look nice. It looks very natural, it's healthy. I do like the way it looks. It's seamless. It blended in with my foundation well. It's not patchy, it's very healthy. Glow, you can't really tell. Like, it just looks like a natural glow. It doesn't look like, oh yeah, she's bronze. Like, that's her bronzer. So I do like how that looks on the side. But I would say if you're looking for more of a bronzer to give you structure, I would not say, at least on my particular skin complexion. But I think that this melts in very nice with my skin complexion. All right. So then I also picked up a blush. And they have about 3 to 4 shades of blushes. But I picked up the shade Peach for the Stars. And I love all the compacts in here. And now, I've been trying out the blush because, you know, I needed something to try out during the week when I was going to work. So I hadn't picked up the eyeshadow palette yet, just because I've been digging in the crates with my old palettes. But I've been trying out the blush, and this is the blush Peach for the Stars. And let me tell you, it's gorgeous. So going in with a Reference 04 brush, just going to pick up a little bit of that. And this kind of goes a long way. And I'm going to swatch some, and it's very smooth, and it does have a little bit of shine to it, but nothing too bad where you're like, ooh, it's too glowy. And that's the swatch of my hand. And sometimes you can't really take the swatch on my hand for how it's going to apply your face, just like the bronzer. It's like, it just kind of, everything is just like kind of amplifies, you know. But this is the blush, so you see, beautiful. So even though like the swatch doesn't look like much, but you start applying it to your face with all your other face makeup, it's just like this blush, baby. And I didn't see any highlighters, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I have to double check. But I did not see any highlighters, but I did not feel to grab one. But this one is kind of like a glowy, so you get a little highlighter action. So I'm in love with this blush. This blush wears very well. The blush also has, I want to say, like vitamin A and E in it. Also, it's infused with the vitamins to give you a nice healthy glow and to enrich your skin. Okay. And last but not least, I picked up one of their lipsticks, and I picked up one of their matte lipsticks. This retails for $18, and it's called Red Carpet, and you can see the name right here. Oh, if I turn it the right way. The name is right here. So this is Red Carpet. Let's see, I can open this a little bit better than I can. Ooh, that bronzer. Let me tell you, like, that is my struggle no matter what. I mean, I don't know how Kelsey does it. Like, literally, I was like, girl, you keep all your makeup boxes? And she's like, yeah. Like, I literally commented this, like, on her page. And she was like, yeah. And I'm just like, there's no way in the world I could ever. It'd be so jacked up and janky just from me trying to open it. Let me tell you. So, this is the shade. How fun, how cute, beautiful color. I decided to pick up a red because even though they're known for their nude formula, I had just bought so many nude lipsticks, and I do love a good red lipstick, and I thought that this was absolutely beautiful, and I thought it would complement this eye look very well when I looked at the palette. So let's go ahead and apply. This formula feels quite nice. It is matte, but it doesn't feel overly matte. So let's go ahead and give her a whirl. Ooh, this red, oh my gosh, it is bomb. And it doesn't like clash too bad with my dress, a little bit, possibly, I don't know. But okay, it's a matte, but it still feels kind of silky. It doesn't feel overly drying, and my lips don't look dry. So I like how this look. This look is banging. It's banging. I'm here for it. All right, guys, so this is the final phase, and ooh, I love it. I think it is gorgeous. I am here for all the products. So this is definitely a first impression of the brand, and let me tell you something. So this is a first impression of the brand, and let me tell you something. I am here for it. I mean, this stuff is gorgeous, and I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of a tiny bit underwhelmed by the eyeshadow palette when I first received it. I could recognize that the mattes were beautiful. I could recognize that you can get some nice looks. Now, you guys know me, my personal makeup aesthetic. I do love a high foil shimmer. So I'm very happy that you can build up the shimmers to make them a little bit more impactful and get that extra glow on the eye by wetting it with some setting spray. But the color choices are really beautiful. So I did recognize that, but I think the disappointment for me when I kind of swatched them was just those two shimmer shades, because you know I love a good high foil shine shimmer that's thick and creamy. But these are very creamy, they're thick in consistency, and the mattes are like butter. I think the mattes are so beautiful, and this is definitely a palette that you could throw on the go. Now, this to me is definitely an everyday palette. The name is just so correct. So if you're a woman who doesn't necessarily like high foiled, high shine shimmers, this is for you, and you want some browns and some mattes that are going to work with your skin complexion, whether you are fair or whether you are deep dark. I think that this palette will really work out for you. There are some fabulous choices in here. Now, when you look at it, you're kind of like, it's a couple of light shades, but if you put these shades on your lid, they will look great. Also, I love how this color looked in the inner corner where it wasn't like, oh, you needed something shimmer there, but it gave it that nice little pop. And this particular red brown clay shade was gorgeous because it just gave you that right amount of depth. And if you're a little bit deeper, that's going to be a great shade for you as well. And then you definitely have, this is the only shade I did not use in the palette, but this is also a deep dark chocolate shadow also. I think my lights kind of blur out the palette just a tiny bit. I know this shade, it makes it look a little bit more muted than what it is. But overall, the shade selection is great. This is definitely a palette that you could just throw on the go if you're a woman who just loves browns, neutral colors, and you don't want any makeup that's going to be any musty fussy. You have to think about like what shades am I going to put on. So for me, you know, this is not necessarily my everyday palette, but I love the look that I got, and I just think I look so beautiful. I feel like I'm waiting for my glamour shot, especially with this red lipstick. So let's go ahead and jump into the bronzer. The bronzer also just gives you this healthy glow without looking too overdone, like, oh, she's got on a ton of bronzer. It kind of melts in with your skin really well. And I did put this on top of my foundation. I used some setting spray, and then I went in with my bronzer. I had very little setting powder underneath my eyes. I'm not a powder person, just so you guys know, because I have very dry skin. So powder is not really my thing. I do a little bit of setting right here because sometimes I use a little bit of concealer. So basically that's all the powder I put on. But I feel like the powder, this bronzer just gave such a healthy glow to my skin without looking overly done. It's not cakey. It's not looking streaky. It just melts in, but just gives you that extra boost, like she's super bronzed. So I do feel like this is a good I do feel like this was a good choice of bronzer for me, and I feel like, you know, getting the next shade deeper would just be too dark. It would look a little bit muddy on my skin complexion. I was a little bit worried, but I think it came through, and it looks gorgeous. It looks so healthy, and my skin, I feel like, just looks so radiant. And then paired along with this blush I've been wearing all week. It's gorgeous. I'm super into orangey, peachy blushes. Like, it's my jam on my skin complexion. I think it is so pretty, and this is so nice. It blends in very well. You get a nice healthy shine. It does not patchy. It's very silky formula, and it just gives you a nice healthy glow on the cheeks and just kind of amplifies your skin complexion. It just brings you up to the next level. So these face products are just so nice, and they work so well in conjunction with each other. So like I said, they have about 3 or 4 shades of it, so they come even to deep dark. They have a rich deep red shade that's going to look beautiful on my deeper sisters. And then this lipstick, banging. The color is beautiful. The price point is great. It's $18. You have this nice sleek tube of lipstick right here. The packaging is great across the whole brand, matter of fact. And then this tube of lipstick looks so sleek. And the shade is beautiful. Like I said, I have the shade that's called Red Carpet, and they had quite a bit of shades. Like I said, they are started off with their nude lipsticks, but I just wanted to get something that was bright, fun. I love red lipstick, and I bought a lot of nude lipsticks lately with the Juvia's Place and Propa Beauty launches. But overall, this lipstick is very comfortable. It's matte, but it doesn't feel drying, and my lips look healthy, and they don't look dried out where it's just like your lips are dry and you got on the super basic matte lipstick. So overall, Mented, yes, I love this stuff, and I'm kind of sad I didn't try it a little bit sooner. The bronzers are great. The bronzers are new to their line. So if you're looking for a great bronzer, if you're a woman of color, or if you're not even a woman of color, because they said they are here to cater everybody. And that's what I love about some of these Black-owned brands, because they're catered to African-American women or women of color, but they also recognize that diversity and inclusion is important too. And so they are here for everybody. And I love that. And so if you haven't tried Mented Cosmetics, you need to go ahead and try it. So I know they do have Afterpay on their website. I found the website very easy to navigate. I didn't have any problems, like I said, with my shipping on their end. Products were shipped out very quickly. Like I said, everything was held up with United States Parcel Service. Ooh, they're gonna be the death of me this year. So, or the death of my channel. So if you see me rolling in stuff slow, it is literally because of the post office. So with that being said, leave me a comment down below. Let me know how you like this look. Have you tried Mented Cosmetics? Why am I so late to the game? And give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, because you know I would love to have you here in my little makeup family. And with that being said, you already know what time it is. It is time for the chair dance. Hey, 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 chair dance. Chair dance. Chair dance. Chair dance. All right, y'all. See you later.